Hey, let's talk a little bit of football that is actually happening at the moment. There was a time, you might remember, more than 20 years ago when Hawthorn and Melbourne were going to be as one. And last night they couldn't be split.
No, they couldn't. All tied up at the end there. We'll see Luke Bruce kick a goal to tie it up towards the end of the game. A good draw, if you can have a good draw by Hawthorn, because they were trailing by 26 points at one stage there late in the second quarter. Here it is here. You can see here, 49 seconds. Bruce just perfect.
He's good with Bruce, didn't he?
Can you believe this is the first draw between these two clubs?
Yep.
The first draw ever between these two clubs. 2 points each. Eerie feeling at the end, always is when it's a draw, but no crowd there also didn't help. I don't know, do we talk about having a shoot-off after the siren?
Well, we will at some point.
Righto.
I reckon
we should do it
on the
now.
rundown.
Well, OK, we'll see where we're at there. I mean, well, do you think we should scrap draws?
I'm happy with a draw. 2 points each. I'm old-fashioned.
In 2021, I think we need a win or a loss. It's a win-loss industry. I think after 2.5 hours, we need one.
Well, I've celebrated the draw before, TJ, and I was once upon a time, I loved the draw, that's how I celebrated it, but I'm pretty keen on seeing a penalty shootout. I saw the Euros the other night, and I've put together my top 5 players who I think I would like to take a clutch penalty, 40 metres out. McDonald Tipperwoody at number 1, Toby Green, probably not the technically best kick in that lineup. Gary Rowan's done it before, Zach Toohey, and also Liam Ryan. So do your own at home, play along.
Liam Ryan.
Very good kick.
Now, for what it's worth, I would say just leave the game alone, right? All you blokes, you just want to go and tinker and change for the sake of change.
It's called innovation.
Just leave it. It's been fine for more than 100. It's not called innovation. It's called just changing for change's sake.
Yes, Tony.
I disagree, TJ. Like grand final day, 5 minutes each end for me. But in terms of Melbourne, all right, the 2 points they gave up, all teams trained for situations, and they were up by a goal with 2 minutes to go. And I don't think they handled the last 2 minutes as well as they could. Let's start with Clayton Oliver. So you got this. 2 minutes to go on the clock. Player there, player there. Why wouldn't you control possession rather than kick to a central contest? So that's one mistake, in my opinion, that they made. Here, they win the ball back. So there's Jake Lever, 1:34 to go. He says, hold, but Steve May had pushed out to the boundary line. You see him go past, you see Petty saying, kick it to him. No, he kicks to a contest. So in my opinion, that's another mistake from Melbourne. So then we talk about the panic. Trent Rivers, why did you blast the ball when you could have kicked to a play here nice and short with 1:02 to go on the clock? So in my opinion, there's 3 mistakes Melbourne made, which they would have trained for at Casey Fields. And then this is what happens, Bill, with 49 seconds to go. Because they kept panicking, they didn't control possession, they end up with 2 points instead of 4.
So let's talk about how good Hawthorn were. When you look at their injury list, basically their starting 6 defenders were out. And you look at the names, Day, Impey, Sicily, Scrimshaw and Hardwick. This was a phenomenal performance. And I reckon it was on the back of just genuine effort. You line these two teams up pound for pound and there's no way you would give Hawthorn a shot. But their ability to get the ball on the ground, I reckon Melbourne, if they've got one area that there's a weakness, it is this. So when the ball hits the deck in their defensive 50, May and Lever and Petty aren't as agile and nimble as they are in the air, which has been their real strength. So Hawthorn plus 23 in tackles, and the second opportunities they got just by bringing it to ground is a lesson for other teams coming up against Melbourne in the finals.
Spot on, Kane, and speak of effort there by the Hawks. Clarko's still going all right, so it just makes you wonder why you'd want to get rid of him.
He's probably coaching as well as ever.
Oh, no, he's fantastic. But that game yesterday, because they didn't deserve to win.
They got belted though. We have short memories. They got belted by Freo last week. And they're 17th on the line.
But he's still coaching well.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
The previous 4 weeks were pretty good before that last week.
But there comes a time for everyone. And whenever they go okay, we all just jump straight back onto how good Clarko is. You know, and then when they get belted, no one says he's
not a fan of Clarko.
No, I just understand there comes a time.
He hasn't got a back line at the moment, Lord.
What's that?
He hasn't got a back line.
No, he hasn't, and he does coach very well.
A lot of kids.
He just brought down the ladder-leading team.
A lot of kids.
Yeah. He just brought down the ladder-leading team.
He did.
In fact, I would say he's done some stuff last night that other clubs will.
But I could say to you, Fremantle were terrible Thursday night, and yet they dismantled Hawthorn the weekend.
He single-handedly do it though, Damo. It was a collective effort by the players and also the other coaches.
That's the problem. It's always Clarko when they go well, and it's the players' fault.
It's the same thing at Melbourne. When everything was going well, it was all about other coaches, but when it's going poorly, it was all about Simon Goodwin. So I don't think Simon Goodwin got the accolades he should have so far this year.
Either way, he was really proud with what he delivered last night and his team.
Whether we won or lost wasn't really the equation for us tonight. It was just getting the exposure and competing. And I thought, we're really proud of our lads tonight. The disappointing part, I suppose, we have over 80 tackles and only 3 holding the ball. You know, it's just like we just didn't get rewarded for our super effort in that space. You know, we would have liked to think with the effort that we applied in terms of our tackling and endeavour, we would have got a little bit more reward on some of the free kicks.
Yeah, but did you reckon after 18 months of Zoom interviews, we could actually get it right at some point? We can get the framing right. Hey, Kane, you'll be thrilled to know that Tom Mitchell's going to join us to reflect on that game a little later on.
Yeah, I was critical of his game last week. I thought he was ineffective, but 22 kicks, most metres gained on the ground and high pressure. I thought he was terrific. So looking forward to asking him how he dissected his game last week.